Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Gītā Padakamalam. Hearing of this Bhagavad-gita or Srimad Bhagavatam from the realized person, that will train up oneself, into the thoughts of the Supreme Being, 24 hours, which will lead one ultimately, antakali, to remember the Supreme Lord, and thus, leaving this body, he will have a spiritual body, just fit for association with the Lord. The Lord therefore says, Abhyasa yoga juktina chetusa nanugamina paramang purusang divyang yati partha anuchintayan. Anuchintayan. Constantly thinking of himself only. It is not very difficult process. One has to learn this process from the experienced persons in this life. That vijnanatma sa gurumiva vijachet. One should approach a person who is already in the practice. So, abhyasa yoga juktina. This is called abhyasa yoga, practice. Abhyasa is how to remember the Supreme Lord always. Chetusa nanugamino. The mind is always flying to this, to that. And so one has to practice, to concentrate the mind into the form of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, always, or in his sound, in his name, which is very easier. Instead of concentrating on my mind may be very restless, going hither and thither. But I can concentrate my ear into the sound, vibration of Krishna. And that will also help me. That is also Abhyasa yoga. Chetusa nanugamina paramam purusam dibbam. Paramam Purus, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the spiritual kingdom, in the spiritual sky, one can approach anuchintayan, constantly thinking. So, these processes, the ways and means, all are stated in the Bhagavad-gita. And there is no bar for anyone. It is not that that a particular class of men can approach. Thinking of Lord Krishna is possible. Hearing of Lord Krishna is possible by everyone. And the Lord says in the Bhagavad-gita, Mang hi partha vipasritya jeepisu papajuna striya sudra tatha vaishya stevi janti parangatim kinkuna brahmana punya bhakta rajasya tatha asukam anittam asukam lokam nimang prapta bhajasama. The Lord says that in a human being in the lowest status of life, or even a fallen woman, or a mercantile man, or a liberal class of man. In the mercantile class of men, the laborer class of men and the woman class, they are counted in the same category because their intelligence is not so developed. But the Lord says, they also, or even lower than them, Mahi Partha Vipashitu Jepishu, not only they or lower than them or anyone, it does not matter who is he or who is he, anyone who accepts this principle of Bhakti Yoga and accept the Supreme Lord as the summum bonum of life, the highest target, highest goal of life. Manhi Partha Dipijanti Parangati, that Paragati in the spiritual kingdom and the spiritual sky, everyone can approach. Simply one has to practice the system. That system is hinted in the Bhagavad-gita very nicely, and one can adopt it and make his life perfect and make a permanent solution of life. That is the sum and substance of the whole Bhagavad-gita. Therefore, the conclusion is that Bhagavad-gita is a transcendental literature which one should read very carefully. Gītā shastramidam punyam jap patet prajata puman. And the result will be, if he properly follows the instruction, then he can be freed from all miseries of life, all anxieties of life, bhaya shokadi vivarjitam, all fears of life in this life, as well as he will get a spiritual life in the next life. Gītā dhyana sīlasya pranayama parasya naiva santi papani purvajanma kritani cha. Another advantage is that if one reads Bhagavad-gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, reactions of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna